Oh, he's getting it now.
Hey everyone, welcome to Metal Customs. We're of course back on our Warlock truck. This is part 2. And what I think the game plan is for myself, I'm going to try to concentrate on one area and get it done. So I'm going to go with doing the interior first. And getting what I can done in there and get it all fixed up. First thing, got to strip the rest of the stuff out of it. I've done taking the seat out, the gas pedal assembly, and the emergency brake assembly. And let me bring you in there and show you where I'm at and what I'm doing. What my goal is here is to get all of this nice and cleaned up, of course. We have some dynamite that's going to go down. But the reason I took out, there's the emergency brake assembly. See how rusty that is? As well as the gas pedal assembly. I'm going to get them all cleaned up and painted before they go back in. And hopefully y'all can see that okay. See, since I took that out, then, well, y'all see the rust. That's where the gas pedal assembly was. And all up in here, we got just, you know, some naggy little rust spots that weren't taken care of. And then I want to get all this cleaned. I'm getting all of the old insulation off of that and getting it wiped down. It's just a lot to do. The floor is fine. I see no issues with that. I did pull out the dimmer switch. Glad I done that. It was broken, so we got to get a new one. That would have been an electrical short right there. But yeah, that really bothered me, seeing that rust. That's where the steering column goes through, by the way. Get all that cleaned up, and we can just flat black. All of this is just fine. And the ductwork here, I mean, it's not an AC truck, but still, want to get that all cleaned up and everything as well. Of course, we took the seat belts out. So when we do our dynamite, we can get right around there and get some nice cuts and get this thing sealed up and done properly. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to go ahead and get back on the inside and just keep on cleaning. Just a lot of wiping and scrubbing going on. Once I get that all cleaned up, we'll grab our dash, and then we're going to emergency brake and our gas pedal, and I'll show you how we get them all cleaned up and get some fresh new paint on them and some clear and make them look really nice. Got the interior pretty cleaned up. Of course, I'm going to take the air hose and blow it out a couple more times. If I can get out of the light, you can see I got all that rust cleaned up. I just took my drill with my wire brush and hit all of that. And down there on that floor spot. That was the only actual rust spots that I seen, but I wanted to get that taken care of. Get all the old insulation cleaned off. So like I say, a couple more hits with the air hose and some wipe downs, and we can get us some primer sprayed on that, and then get us some flat black on all them bare spots and get that cleaned up. As far as that section goes, it's not about looking fantastically pretty, because I assume we got enough fat mat that it's going to cover the whole floor and roll up onto the firewall, I would hope. But that's the plan. Alright, let's move on to some more of this interior stuff. Alright, we've got our 3 main pieces laid out here that we need to do. Gas pedal assembly and our e-brake assembly. We'll show y'all how I get them cleaned up. And then the actual dash. Now on this, what we need to do, we have the windshield wiper switch, a choke cable, which is going to be gone, our little emblem, and this chrome strip that we need to remove, as well as these old gauges. We need to get all of that removed, stripped down, and get this thing cleaned up and ready for some paint and clear. came off good, all in one piece. And also took off the latch for the glove box door. Watch out, it's got a piece of metal on the back, as you can see. Now what we're going to do is start getting everything ready for paint. And first things first, this dash is filthy. So, I know a lot of y'all may think I'm crazy, but before you go to sanding and whatnot, get all the crap cleaned off. Where all you're doing is just grinding the dirt and the dust and the rust and the crap back into your project. I'm just using some orange clean, some of these old blue shop rags, and get all this done. I'll get this all wiped down. Alright, got that dash wiped down. While I'm letting it dry, I'm going to come over here to the wire wheel and clean up what I can of this. The reason I use a wire wheel is because it does a good job and it's quick. And when you're doing stuff like this, you know, you're charging your customer by the hour. So, make sure you do stuff that's going to be quick and efficient so they get a good bang for their buck. And the wire wheel is always quick and efficient. See how well that does? It doesn't take but a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get this and the brake pedal, emergency brake pedal assembly cleaned up. Now of course the big wire wheel can't get into all of these places. So all the spots it wouldn't get, I've got my drill in 3 different style of wire brushes. And we can just dig down in there with them. And that will get all of these spots that we missed with the big wheel. Yeah, it doesn't take much, guys. Take your time. Do you a good job. Now you see, it's turning out pretty good. Alright, well I'm going to keep on keeping on all of this stuff, and then we'll get back to the dash. Alright, now we got all of them 2 parts cleaned up. I finished them up, like I say, with the drill and the wire brush, a little bit of sandpaper in some of the spots. Took them outside, hit them with brake clean, thoroughly rinsed them. Now I'm letting them dry. And while we're doing that, we're going to get back to our dash. This dash is in good shape. There's no ding, dents, or anything like that that would need to repair. That's good news. So, what I'm going to do is just grab the DA. I've got some 400 on here, and we're just going to let it rip and get us a good sand on it. And I think that should do us pretty good. Front turned out fine. I'll let y'all see that in a few. But this top here, I've got some pretty bad, not bad, rust through, but surface rust on this. So what I did, I swapped up and grabbed some 80. And y'all can see this right here. There we go, rust on. But I'm going to run over these bad spots with some 80, then I'll come back and sand it all nice and smooth with some 400. Alright, I have the top finished out with the 80 grit. Then I flipped it upside down. I mean, look at this. There's some decent rust spots in there and a ton of surface rust. We got to get rid of all of that so we can get some good primer and paint in this thing. I mean, if you're going to do it right. That way, this thing won't rust out in the upcoming future. We'll get all this taken care of, primed, painted, we'll be good to go. But I'm going to keep on sanding. Alright, finally got all that sanded off there. What I did, I took my drill and used that wire brush attachment so I can get in the corners and everything, and then took the 80 and run across it. So I figured I ought to get it on out here and get some primer on it Let that primer sit and get soaked up. Got my gas pedal and my ear brake assembly all primered up, and they look good. Yeah, not bad at all. Got a little scuff right there. Now we'll take care of that. But that's why we flip them around, check them out, and see what's going on with them. Alright, well, let me hit that one little spot right there, and then we'll let all this dry real good. Then we'll get the dash back in and resand all the top and all of that, and then start finishing on it, which we'll do that painting in the paint booth. Alright, I jumped in here right quick and done some more cleaning. Well, not right quick, but you know what I'm saying. There's a little light there. Now we'll get all that primed up really good. You notice I taped off everything from the outside. I didn't want this primer or this flat black blowing through and getting on any of the good paint outside or anything under the hood. But yeah, that'll take care of that. I'm gonna let that dry for a little while. Then I'll throw some flat black on it, and we'll have that taken care of. Alright guys, all that's dried, and I've cleaned out the cap again. So what I'm gonna do now is we've got this, a lot of people call it Dynamite, I call it Fat Mat, just whatever brand you get, will be whatever it's called. This is NVX. I looked on the box, it says it was a kit for a trunk. So there's not enough to do all the inside of here, but we'll do with what we have. And the big thing is we can go ahead and get all this done. That way, when we're ready, we can put all of our, like our pedal back in and all of that, then get our dash and everything back in. Alright, I'm going to run you through how I do it and what I use. Got a couple of good razor knives. Got a screwdriver with a nice round end on it to push that stuff into some grooves with. And I got this weird looking tool here that'll really cram it down into a groove. But the first thing I'm going to do is take this, split it in half. Nothing wrong with putting this in pieces. Make it where it's manageable for you to work with. It's all going to mash together anyway. But, and y'all really can't see well here, but I'm going to try to get this up on this part of the firewall as much as I can. That's why I cut it down so much. Off anywhere, guys. That's stuck good. And that is the general basis of how to do it or how I do it. And as you can see, we've got some really good insulation and some sound deadening on there now. Alright, well I'm going to go ahead and keep on keeping on. Alright, here's how far I've gotten this week. Yeah, I ran out of the fat mat. Need to get some more of that. There's our emergency brake. It's about ready to go in. But we have this plastic right here. This opens up and lets air in the vehicle. Need to clean it up really well and find the screws. Y'all see okay. It goes in this section here. Then the emergency brake goes on. But we did get our gas pedal assembly in there. Yeah, that turned out really well. And all of our cleaning and painting in here, got that in a good shape. And last but not least, the dash. Alright, I have got that sanded really well, cleaned it, and I got 2 coats of the black primer on it, and then I've got 3 coats of paint on it so far, and it's not looking bad at all. It cleaned up very well. But what I'm going to do, probably won't be a day, it'll be next week. We'll go ahead and water sand this with some 2000, and then we'll check it, see what it looks like. And if she turns out really slick, then we'll go ahead and put our clear on her and try to get everything back together, as well as get all of our little particulars. Well, everyone, that's going to take care for this week. We're just out of time. We did get a lot done, and what we got done turned out fantastic. And that's the biggest thing. Sometimes it doesn't matter how much you get done, it's the quality of the work that you get done, and that's what I'm always going for. Well, everyone, hope you appreciated part 2 of this video on the Warlock truck. Super cool truck, and it's coming along nicely. Tune in next week for part 3, and we'll get some more done. Again, appreciate you watching. If you would, throw us down some comments, and please like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Until the next one, I hope that everyone has a fantastic day.